there was a severe amount of hail on that day. So they were about this big, and the whole field basically flooded with all those small beads of ice, and it made it look like it snowed or whatever. So I don't know, I give it up.
One moment. Does this work? Ooh. Sweet, it works. So, talking about my journey in scouting is a really difficult thing to talk about, and I think the easiest way to take my journey as scouting is to turn it into a question. And the question has already been asked before in this, but how has scouting affected you? And I feel like that's something that everyone should be asking, even if you're a scout or not. How has life been affecting you? And how has scout been affecting you? Have you been taught what you want to learn to be the proper person when you're in the age, when you're in the age where you're working, and when you're in the age where you either are the person owning the business or you're a person that's created the business? Are you the person that wants to do this? And for me, it's a yes. Scouting has affected me to the point where I have learned to respect people. I have learned to trust them on the manner of the team. I've learned to be a leader. I've learned to be a follower. I've learned what that means as a person, not just a scout, but just someone who is ready to live life to the fullest extent that they possibly can and not die to it. Because there's a lot of things out there that can and will harm you out there, but you got to know when you're ready for it. And I will be honest with you here, the flaws before joining Scouts, there was flaws that I have, and I will admit to these, and I was not a very good person. But through Scouts, it helped me, and it did a lot for me, and it did more than I just said here. It created so many memorable moments, and one of my few favorite ones was Northern Tier, or the Boundary Lakes. God, that was, if you don't know, that is one of the major campouts that you can go to, and you have to meet certain requirements to do it. And you basically go up to Minnesota and you camp where the Thousand Lakes are that meet Minnesota and Canada together. And so you and a small group, you and a squad would go out there, and you would basically canoe around. Your campgrounds are designated areas, and you would go and you would be in those areas for a period of time. My crew, rather than going for the miles, decided to go for the view. And so we saw things. We saw the sunrise, we saw the sunset, we saw a waterfall, and we saw some fantastic lakes. I think we ended up making friends with a snapping turtle that was about the size of a small car. And that was scary. And it was just such a memorable moment, because you can go out there and it's just you, it's a few adults and a small group of people that you know as friends, but you walk away as family. And so you spend the moments there, and you can say what you want to say, and you can do what you want to do, and everyone's vote matters. For me personally, another thing that I had a lot of fun with was just in general rock climbing. For some reason, I had a very natural knack for rock climbing. I was very good at it without even practicing it. I had the body for it, I had the skills for it, and I had the strength for it. And so it was just a very fun moment, and it became one of those things where I realistically could go and not need to worry about the stress of is my belayer going to hold me? Is my rope going to hold me? Can I climb this? It was just, the challenge is there. The question is, are you willing to take the challenge, and are you willing to overcome it, or will you let it beat you? Summer camp was also that same manner. Every single summer camp was different. It was always a challenge. Something always was going wrong. You just had to push through it. You couldn't go home. There was no moments of this. It was do it now and do it good. There was a lot of merit badges I learned in that moment. There was a lot of moments that I laughed and I had a lot of fun with. some of my family joined me in some of those summer camps, and it was still a blast with them there. But other than scouting, life is affected by scouting, and it turns towards a turn to where the point where you get to basically working in your first few jobs, and you fully understand what scouting does for you in that moment, where you're now a follower rather than being a leader, but you know what you're supposed to be doing, and you know how you're supposed to be doing these things without proper asking of it. Granted, you have to ask for information, but other than that, it's not hard. And that's one thing I feel like people are worried about, is how will scouting affect them in the real world, and it will. It's a 1-to-1 ratio, and it will affect you in your life, and it will do it for the good. So overall, in conclusion, my journey in scouting has been a very winding and hard time. It's had its ups and downs. It's had a few moments where I was having a very hard time either dealing with people, or I was having the best time of my life. And I think realistically, through it all and through all the challenges, I'm here. I made it. I finished. And God, does that feel good to say. I'm going to be honest with you right here and right now. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Sean. I'm an Eagle Scout in Troop 554. I don't have everything right off the noggin like they do, so I have to, read my speech. So, scouting has taught me a lot in life. I've been many places, experienced many things, and I've learned many lessons. Scouting has opened my eyes to myself, others around me, and who I am as a person today. When I was in the 5th grade, I was a quiet kid that sat in the front of the class. I kept to myself and didn't have many close friends. One of my favorite teachers, Miss South, who recruited me to Scouts, was super energetic and fun. With never being in Scouts before, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Now looking at what scouting is all about, I wouldn't change my decision for the world. Through this program, I've been to places like Alaska, Summit in West Virginia, Sea Base in the Florida Keys, Swamp Base in Louisiana, and dog sledding in Minnesota. Although all these adventures were fun, I learned most in Alaska and at Swamp Base. Alaska was my first time having a leadership role. It gave me the responsibility and opportunity to explore myself and how my leadership was to others. It gave me confidence and the skill set I needed to pursue leadership in scouting. Shortly after I got home from Alaska, I became the venture crew president and ASPL. My next big adventure was Swamp Base. We paddled 61.6 miles in the Atchafalaya Basin. At Swamp Base, we had many fun adventures, but we also had some big challenges. The first night, we had hurricane-level winds that destroyed our sleep, that destroyed half our shelter. With everyone's dry gear wet and sleeping arrangements soaked, I knew someone had to step up and find the solutions. With the help of my peers and leaders, we managed the situation. The next day, I was exhausted, hit my wall. After paddling in 100-degree weather, I was done, hungry, hot, and tired. I needed a minute to myself. At that moment, I was overstimulated, and I learned how to cope under pressure. To say the least, Swamp Base taught me a lot. Scouting has been an invaluable companion in my everyday life, instilling within me a variety of skills and values that continually shape my character. Scouting has equipped me with the tools to navigate life's challenges with confidence and resilience. Along with the adventures and memories, it provided me a support network, but also cultivated lifelong friends. Whether it's problem solving in scouting or teamwork in personal endeavors, the lessons learned and the experiences gained through scouting continue to enrich and empower me in all aspects of my daily life. So yes, scouting has given me memories, laughs, and friendships, but it's also given me self-confidence, a guided path for my future, and people who continue to help me grow into the man I hope to be. Without the knowledge, patience, and practice of scouting, I would not be where I am today.
5'7", no more. Okay. Is that good? Okay. First, I'd like to thank y'all for being here tonight. Us five really do greatly appreciate it. Before I begin, I want to say I think it's really interesting and really cool that I get to hear what personal experiences that my scouting peers have gotten out of this experience, right? I think it's really cool that each of us have individual ideas that they have, come upon that none of us had, right? So my personal experience that I feel I got out of scouting was my connection to nature. So to deliver this message, I've not written a speech. I've written a poem. Okay. Nature's Corral is the name. As the earth is swept by light, the scout departs, ready to grow, yearning to see nature's might, yet her song he didn't know. Step by step, the scout's excitement grew, surrounded by sounds he had never heard. What lay ahead of him, he hadn't a clue, so stunned he couldn't say a word. The trail, however, would not be tranquil. Dissonance lied with every turn. For this challenge, the scout was thankful, for he knew he had much more to learn. Soon enough, the scout found his teachers, instructed by the swamp, seas, mountains, and trees. Sitting in classrooms filled with creatures, notes began to pour through the breeze. The delicate notes formed a melody. Finally, he began to hear what nature sung. Her words healed like remedy. A sense of wonder had just been strung. He couldn't believe what he had heard, finding songs anywhere he'd look, piping frogs and trilling birds, discovering nature's secrets in every nook. Returning home with a melancholic smile, the scout remembered the tunes like prayer. Performing her songs mile by mile, he was now a singer in the choir of nature. Thank you.
Uh-oh. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable. A quote I have lived by for a long time. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's about embracing challenges or situations as opportunities for growth, preferably the unfamiliar or uncertain ones. Now, this quote has been the catalyst for all the experiences I have had, not only in scouting, but in my life in general. Allow me to explain. There would be times when I was faced with the challenge, let's say we had to take a cold shower, in the mountains of Colorado in a dirty shower house with nasty bugs or whatever. No one wants to do that, but instead of attacking this situation with fear or doubt, I would look at it from a different perspective. Instead, I would look to myself and think to myself, this couldn't harm me but only develop me. So I would take on this challenge and I would hop in that cold shower and embrace it. And that's the attitude I had for everything. Now, this lifestyle choice got to the point where my buddies and I couldn't even have a normal camp out or outing anymore. In fact, we don't sleep in tents anymore because that's not fun. We don't have the same experience sleeping in a tent because that's too much comfort. So from now on, we only sleep in sleeping bags without tents, even when it's raining. Or like marinating all of our food in Sunny D because we wanted to make sure we got our vitamin C. Or even carrying that sink, which we found in the woods for miles, just so we could play trash-ball. And so we take that sink to every camp out that we go to now. And now it's at our court of honor. Now, the reason why I tell you about being comfortable with being uncomfortable is because I want you to know that most of the memories I've made from scouting are ones where I was facing a challenge or doing something that not the average human would do. I don't remember the nights when I slept well or I had good food. I remember the nights when I faced obstacles and challenges. The most important view to have on this is you must learn from everything, which is what scouting has showed me. I've been in scouting since I was 7, along with Philip and Jason. Sean and Blake ended up along with us on our journey, and now we are all like brothers, and forever will be. Now, people come and go in life, but the impact you made on them is what matters. In fact, I see faces in the audience whom I haven't seen in a long time, but I made sure to reach out to them because of the impact they had on my life. No matter how much you stay in contact with people, what matters most is the effect you had on them. So I want to say thank you to everyone who has played a role in my life, from as little as smiling at me when you walk by, to funding my entire year at College Station at A&M. Scouting has allowed me to build relationships with all people of all backgrounds and abilities. I've learned how to deal with people whom are high functioning, low functioning, smart, not so smart, strong, weak, and absolutely crazy. Being able to connect with a very diverse selection of people, I'm now able to make friends a lot easier and connect with people a lot easier. I can already see it applying in my daily life. See, the most important thing to me in life is relationships. I believe if you have strong relationships with the right people, it can take you anywhere, which is why I love to talk to everyone. And I give all of the credit to the scouting program. The Eagle Scout badge is more than a badge, it's a journey and the culmination of my character traits. Now, I would love to talk up here for a while, but I know there's tacos waiting for us all, so I completely understand. I want to recommend everyone explore Scouts and expose it to others as well. I hope after hearing about the impact scouting has had on S5, you will want to maybe do some research and join. We have over 150 people here today, which we would never be more thankful for, which means there are a lot of unfamiliar faces for you all in this room. And that might not be the most complacent environment for you, but what better time to connect with people than being in a room of 150 strangers, especially while sharing the experience of eating tacos. Who knows, maybe you'll meet the person who will change your life. So I call you all to speak to one another, and remember, be comfortable with being uncomfortable. We will now present the parent and mentor pins. If Rob could please come forward. And Crystal.
All right. There were some scripts here. All right. I don't like any of that. All right. We're going to do more than just present parent pins and mentor pins. You guys are missing things. You're not officially, I mean, some of you got patches, but that's not the cool thing, because you can't wear that patch whenever you get older and are over 18, which all of you are, right? So there is another badge that you can wear anytime you come to one of these Eagle Court of Honors or a regular Court of Honors. We have your Eagle medallions and other things that we are going to present to you. So real quick before they do that, it's been awesome being their Scoutmaster. Miss South is Scoutmaster, Assistant Scoutmaster, basically. She never was officially a Scoutmaster for the boys, but she was always, oh goodness, yep, come on. Cry, boys, cry. You know, so it started, there you go. I got involved with 4 of these gentlemen in Cub Scouts when my middle child was forcefully put into Cub Scouts because his older brother was in the Boy Scouts. I say forcefully because, you know, that's what he'll say, and, you know, he had fun. Anyway, so what was it, Wolf? Yeah, we came in during Wolf's. I was the lonely guy in the back, letting Teresa flounder as much as I possibly could because I didn't want to get involved. I'd been there, done that since I was a Cub Scout. Never got out of scouting. It's awesome. And then eventually it got to the point where we had 12 kids. Yeah, there was 12 kids in the Weeblos group. No, it was Bears. It was in the Bears group. So I said, Teresa, I'll help you. I shouldn't have said that because then I became the leader and Teresa sat in the back watching me flounder. And no, it was good. It was a good time. So, and then we crossed over, and then again, I sat in the back and let Miss South and the leadership that was already there do their thing as I watched and saw how things were going. And then I believe it was Miss Roller that finally tapped me on the shoulder and said, hey, can you get involved in the committee? You're already going camping to all the campouts. Why don't you do it? All right, fine.
No. That is not how he got involved.
That was too.
I kept hitting him on the shoulder and saying, when are you going to change your patches? And then we were at a wood badge banquet. Yes. And they call him up as a course director, and I went, are you kidding me? Yeah. So he had no choice then but to get involved.
Yeah. So I got involved, and then in 2019, Sean had already joined by that time, and in 2019 I was asked to be the Scoutmaster of 554. I thought it was awesome because these guys were the ones that I grew up with, or they grew up with me, I guess. Well, a little bit of both. I was involved with them as kids in Cubs and got them all the way through. And so it's not all 12 made it, unfortunately. That's what happens. But 4 of the original, there you go. Get it out, buddy. Get it out. There we go. Not a dry eye up here by the time I'm done. Got my eye on you, Philip. You're the one that's going to be hard to crack. Yeah. No, it's been an awesome journey. It's been awesome watching these guys grow up and become fine young men and outstanding members of society. At least I hope. I haven't had to bail any of them out of jail, so that's good. Not yet. What are you saying, that you didn't call me when you went to jail? Is that what you're saying? Okay. None of them have been in jail, so I haven't had to bail them out. So that's awesome. I look forward to seeing what you guys do in the future. So without further ado, because I need to get my moment, and this is my moment, to gush on them a little bit, let's get you guys fully official. If the parents of these Eagle Scouts can please come forward. Boys, if you'll get up in the front, leave some space. You know how this goes. This is the last time that you're going to have to do some pinning. All right, parents, I don't care who gets to do it, whoever loves their kid the most. Go ahead and pin the Eagle pin on your scout. Now remember, they have done this 6 other times and have probably poked you a couple times. Make sure you give a good pat, make sure it seats in there. It goes on the pocket above their badge. Yep, above their ring badge.
And if you'll do it to the side, and they can get pictures while you do it.
Yeah. Give them a good tap, make sure it's seated. This is a new thing for the parents. Normally they're just the ones standing there watching their kid struggle, and now we've got parents struggling. Circle of life. We got struggle bus. Okay, and then boys, you have a mom pin and a dad pin that you can pin on your mom and dad. And go from that. And while that's happening, one of the other things, so there's a couple other things, let's see. So in addition to the 21 merit badges that is required to earn Eagle, some of the scouts earn extra merit badges. And so for every 5 merit badges they earn, they get what's called an Eagle Palm. We had a few of the boys that were able to do that. Blake, they're in the thing. They're in your little clasp thing. You can put them on your badge later. But Blake earned 1 palm, so he got a bronze. Let's see. Sean earned 1 palm as well, got a bronze. Garrett and Jason earned 2 palms, so they did 10 over. They got a bronze and a gold Eagle palm, so congratulations. Let's give them all a hand. October 19th? What year? 2023, okay. That's the day that he earned his Eagle rank. Sean? July 27th, okay. Philip? He's shrugging his shoulders. Blake, can you help him at all? He's got a ring that's, wait, are you cheating? You got a ring on your phone?
Hold on. Okay, it's June 16th, 2023.
Okay. Philip, what date? June 16th, 2023. And Garrett? October? Okay, October 19th, yes. There's also a Eagle Scout credit card. It's not a credit card, it's a membership card. Sorry. That has the official date on there. And then something also that you will find, it's underneath the black pin holder thing. It is a plaque from the troop that says congratulations. On earning the highest rank in scouting, we know you will take the lessons that scouting has taught you and be a leader among the peers. Always remember the first 8 words of the Scout Oath. On my honor, I will do my best. Once an Eagle Scout, always an Eagle Scout. The leaders of 554. It's got everybody's name and the all-important date on the bottom, so that you'll never forget, Philip. Congratulations. The last thing, let's give him another round. Did everybody hug their parents and thank them for all of the support that they gave you for your giant journey? All right. At this time, parents, you may be seated, and I believe the boys here have mentor pins that they want to give out, some more than others. Boys, they're all up here. Philip, or Blake, here's your Eagle patch. You've got it now. You can update your youth. But you like what? Your name is underneath.
Hi. Okay, I dedicate my mentor pin to Tommy Denton.
Hey, Denton, can you come back up here, please? We have a need to clean up on aisle 2. This was the person that helped me the most with my Eagle project, or one of the people, and I feel like this dedicates it. Last leg of the stretch. Finally finished. Thank you. Oh wait, why do I need to go up there? I have 2 more. I want Aaron Cardozo, please. My Eagle coach for my Eagle project. Much work has he done. You like it dedicates it. There you go.
So I have 4 mentors, or mentor pins to give away. Can I have Rob Daly please come forward? Can I have Miss South please come forward? Can Miss Margaret please come forward? And Mr. Denton.
I have two mentor pins. The first one will be for the person that has nagged me the most in my life, Mr. Gonzalez. And the next one is for the best hiking buddy, the best den leader, and the best mom, Dr. T.
Would Tommy please come forward to initiate the Eagle's Nest?
Sean, Jason, Blake, Philip, and Garrett will now take the Eagle Scout pledge. As they take this pledge for the first time, will the Eagle Scouts who are present in the audience please come forward and form the Eagle's Nest around the Eagle Scouts? It's a small group, eh? Boys, will you please give the Scout sign and repeat after us? Everybody Scout sign, really. I affirm or reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath. I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example, my rank and influence count strongly for better scouting and for the better citizenship in my troop, in my community, and in my contacts with other people. To this I pledge my sacred honor. Two. I'll announce you. Yeah. Okay, quick. Somebody lost the button. Check your pen. It's a gold one, so mentors, I think. Check your. I hate for somebody to So they're gonna get the flags, but before I do that, I got the privilege to be the last volunteer to sign their paperwork on the respective dates that they kind of remember. So it was really, really cool to see them all come through, all relatively quickly, and get to sign their paperwork and have them do. Garrett, would you please close us up? Color guard, attention. Audience, please rise. Color guard, forward march. Color guard, hope. Color guard, prepare to retrieve the colors. Color guard, retrieve the colors. Scout salute. Color guard, reform. Color guard, return to post. Color guard, hope. Color guard, these audiences.
Wait for them to come back.
Before I give the benediction, I'm going to go off script. They asked me to close us out today. Couple housekeeping things. We do have tacos, right? Thank you to all the Eagle families and anyone else who supplied food and is going to help serve. So let's give a round of applause for those people. Couple things about logistics. When we exit here, we are asking for about 5 to 10 minutes of grace and fellowship. So people who are serving and are going to go prepare food will go and get things warmed up and prepared and ready for you. If you all want to, do what Garrett said and mingle here and mingle in the welcome center, we'll open up the doors and we're ready to serve everybody. Okay, just give us a few minutes to get the food ready. So thank you for that. There are 2 restrooms in the fellowship hall. We ask you not use those 2. There's a men's and women's. Come out to the welcome center and use these in here. They're bigger and flush better. I guess that's the best way to say that. They're better flushables there. So please use that. And then we have enough food for everybody, but do not. I'm actually talking to the scouts at this point, and I can see a couple out there. I know you're hungry. But seconds, please wait until everyone has been served, okay? And when we do line up, and this is typical Scout, don't rush the doors, Scout. Let our friends and families go first, and our guests, let them go first, and then you can trail at the end, okay? I know I can see Sawyer's stomach from here grumbling. I had the pleasure of being the Cub Master for 4 of these kids. I'm sorry, Sean, that we didn't get to play in Cub Scouts together, but I'm super thankful for the experience of being in Cub Scouts with you guys. I'm super thankful for Rob. I'm super thankful for Teresa and all the other den leaders that have spent a lot of time with these kids. And, the cool thing is when we go from Cub Scouts to troop, I'm good. I'm crying, but I'm good. When we go from Cubs to troop, we get to sit back and kind of watch their leadership, and it's been really cool seeing that with you guys, all 4 of you, all 5 of you. It's been really cool. And by the way, Philip is not shy and quiet. If you start talking about gaming or anything like that in a car for 7 hours, he won't shut up. It just depends on what the topic is, so he's not shy. It's just get him on the right subject. But I wanted a moment to say thank you guys. I appreciate. I'm very humbled by being your friend and being your mentor and being with you. Let's go to God in prayer and close this out. Lord, we have 5 Eagle Scouts walking out of this room today. I know you're going to be with them for the rest of their lives and the rest of our lives. Please be with them during dinner. Please be with them in life. The Scout Oath and Scout Law is not something we just say on a Tuesday. It's something that we do, we live, and we honor it by promising that we're going to live our life that way. And thank you for being our guide and our rock. And in your name we pray, amen. Okay, if you are serving or if you are doing the foodie food thing, you can go now, and then we'll see everybody in a few minutes.